back to the restoration of the Aurora Robin. This was reissued by Revell a while ago. But anyway, we've got everything out of the Super Clean. Somebody asked me what do I use to strip these old models, the paint, and that's what I use Super Clean. You can get it at AutoZone, Advanced Auto, O'Reilly's, Walmart. You can get it pretty much anywhere. Just make sure you get the degreaser, not the wheel cleaner. But we got everything in primer now. It was in Super Clean for about 3-4 days, and pretty much took everything back down to the bare plastic. So we primered all the base components in gray, and we used just the Bright Touch general purpose primer. $2.98 a can, so it's a good deal. But we got it all done in gray. Now it's just drying. We got the cape done in gray because that gets painted yellow, and we got the new pins put on it. For pins, I used Evergreen 1/16 rod, and replaced the broken pins on the cape. We got the holes drilled out of his shoulder, so now that cape will go in there. We can finally get the cape reattached. Now Robin himself I have done in a red oxide primer because we have a lot of skin tone on Robin, and the red primer would make a good base. And we've got some paint on the pieces parts now. He's not together, but we got a lot of painting done. A lot of basic painting. As you can see here, this is his base. Now the comic book that came with this model kit back when it was still under Aurora. Aurora had a line of model kits called the Comic Scenes, and they came with a comic book. Like Tonto was a comic scene, he came with a comic book, and Robin came with a comic book. But the comic book that came with it was a story centered around the model kit you were building, so it was actually kind of cool. But anyway, I downloaded the comic book cover that came with this model kit when it was still Aurora, and I wasn't digging the white console, this control panel. I wasn't digging that. I wasn't digging all the white equipment. I just didn't like it. So by going with the darker colors, I should bring Robin out and make him the center of attention and not the equipment. So I went with grays, as you can see here, dark gray, for the control panel, and these pieces here. I went with the old Model Master Panzer gray. Still has some of this. This can's about empty. But I used the Panzer gray on this, and this. And then for the flooring, I used the old Model Master Navy Aggressor gray. And these are both enamel. But the fact that they are a flat enamel means they dry quick. I don't have to wait 3 weeks for the enamel to dry. In fact, these are already dry. I just did them yesterday. So, well, they're dry enough to handle anyway. They're still kind of a little sticky if you start pressing on them. But another couple days and they'll be perfect. Excuse me. I had too much coffee this morning. So that's my reasoning for the color choices. It's been painted. I worked in Paint Shop Pro last night to make all the decals for the panel. I don't think I'm going to light this up. I'm just not feeling it, and I really, I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave this as it was intended. It was never intended to be lit up, and that's why I'm going to keep it. So we're just going to put our decals on, detail paint, and that'll be it. And I think I'm going to leave the equipment in the control panel that satiny kind of finish. I kind of like that finish, so I think we're going to leave it. But I did take the floor and hit it with the Minwax polyacrylic and give it a nice gloss, kind of like a industrial floor would have that's been painted and sealed. So we've got that done, and everything else we'll leave in the natural paint finish. Being I used enamel, it should be okay. All I got to do now is make the decals for the control panel. Still got to do that, and I have a lot of decals to make. But we got some color on Robin. We used 3 colors. We used the Craft Smart Red, Craft Smart Hunter Green, and then Ceramcoat Pale Yellow for the cape. The skin tone is a mix of this Army Painter Barbarian Flesh, because it's got a lot of red in it, and the basic skin tone from Vallejo. I kind of mixed the two. And we came up with his skin tone, and then we airbrushed a lot of the pieces parts. Here is his trunk and legs. Came out pretty good. The seam work came out excellent. Got all those ugly seams hidden that I didn't catch first time around. So his legs look pretty good. And then the Hunter Green looks great on his shorts. It's his legs, his trunks. We've got his arms done up in a Hunter Green in the flesh tone. And again, we got all the seams taken care of this time around. Seams that I missed first time around. Oops, where's the yellow? There's the yellow one. There's the other arm. There we go. So we got those done. We've got the vest done in the red. Then his collar is yellow. We got the laces done in yellow. All I got to do now is do the belt. So we got that done. Everything has been dull coated, so we're good there. We've got his boots, which were done in Hunter Green. Those have been sealed. Here's his boots. And what else I got to show you? Oh, his head. Show you that. Now his head, I still have to. I gotta find my Archer decal so I can put the eyes in. I know a lot of guys build this kit like the comic book where there is no eyes. They just paint white in there and that's it. And I thought about doing the same thing, but nah, I'm going to go ahead and use the Archer decals and put the eyes in. But there's Robin's head. I did use the blue highlights in his hair like the comic book, but that's about as far as the comic book as I want to go. So there is that. And right now it looks like he has lipstick on because his lips are glossy. But once we dull coat his head, then that'll go away. I don't want to dull coat this until I get those Archer decals on the eyes. So, but there is that. And then what else? Oh, the nameplate. The nameplate, you know, I talked about touching up the nameplate, but I thought I'd leave that as it was, leave it original. I didn't do anything to it. The only thing I did was hit it with the Minwax polyacrylic, gloss it up a little bit more, and that was really all I've done to it. Thought I would just leave this piece original. So there is the nameplate. And I believe that is it. Oh, the cape. I forgot about the cape. Before I talk about the dull coat, here's the cape. Done in the Ceramcoat yellow. I didn't want to go too bright on this. I have a yellow, I don't know what it's called, sunflower yellow or something, but it's like, man, that's way too bright. So I just kind of went with this since I'm kind of muted down the red and green. I didn't want the yellow to overpower everything, so I went with the pale yellow instead of that real bright yellow. So that's the cape. So that's it for this update. Kind of long, but I had a lot to go over because I got a lot of painting done. I didn't want to take forever on this because it wasn't a planned project. It was just kind of a spur of the moment kind of project because Robin was getting to be in such a poor state, and I couldn't even dust the guy off anymore. He was getting so bad. So I want to get back on track and get back to some of the projects that I wanted to do this year. So, alright guys, this is getting really long, so until the next update, take care. Stay safe out there, because people are just getting frickin' nuts. And we'll see you in the next video.